All right, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome back. Welcome back. Appreciate y'all joining this live session. This is going to be a live coaching session, but I appreciate y'all joining. Today is Saturday, August the 2nd, 2025. How's everybody doing out there? What's up, Optimus? Appreciate you joining. Who's all in the building? Shout out to y'all. What's up, For Profits? Let's get it for sure. So this one is going to be more technical, straight to the point. This is going to be catered to my Patreon members. It's live to the public, but it's going to be catered to my Patreon members. And if y'all are not signed up to the Patreon, I advise y'all to get in there because this is what we're doing in there. Preparing for the week. Night Owl, shout out to you, Night Owl. Shout out to you, Tino. For Profits, you said I woke up feeling dangerous. Shout out to you, man. Feeling dangerous. That's a good thing and a bad thing, but shout out to you. If you're just joining, man, please smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if y'all brand new. So, come over here. Like I was saying, if you want to sign up to the Patreon, I'm trying to get about 50 to 100 members as far as the mentorship and the signals, and then I'm going to cap it off. So, come Monday with the signal service and the mentorship, we're going to do a live stream. We're going to start live streaming the signal service. I'm going to initially do it publicly, and then we're going to, once I get to a certain amount of people, it's all going to be private access to my mentorship. So it's already a vibe. I got a lot of testimonies. I got a lot of social proof, people actually seeing results, and people are enjoying it because it's giving them something fresh and something new. So also, if you want to sign up for my beginner lessons or my pro lessons or just be a part of the community, y'all click the link in the description to sign up to the Patreon. All right, what's up, Ryan? Appreciate you joining. Make sure y'all smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, share the link to the video. This is catered to futures trading, so this is going to be a live coaching session. All right, first thing I want to start off with is the economic calendar. All right, so this past week was a busy week, okay? This past week was a busy week, but we seen a lot of great opportunity, especially y'all that are in the Discord. Y'all seen what was going on. We was precision sniping the market. So like I said, if y'all want to sign up to that, sign up to that. Let me ask this question for y'all that are in here joining the live stream. Which market do you prefer more? Do you like the NASDAQ or do you like the S&P or the ES? Which one y'all like the most, NQ or ES? Because we do both. We're doing both right now. So those are the primary markets we focus on. Also, for people that are beginners, micro futures. All right. Micro futures are very affordable and they stack and they compound. 7 figures. Shout out to you, man. I appreciate you joining. MNQ, you like the micro NASDAQ? Optimus, QQQS. Well, Optimus, QQQS is not, I know that's what I forgot what that is, but that's not futures. So we mainly focus on futures trading. Sign up to the Patreon, lock in with us. Futures trading is a whole nother beast, whole nother monster. Okay, it's just a better market, way more profitable. Ryan, you like the micro NASDAQ? So we got a lot of people that like the NASDAQ. For what reason though? Give me a quick response. What reason do you like the NASDAQ over the S&P? Because initially in my signal service, we was focusing on the NASDAQ, and now we just recently started doing S&P, and now I'm starting to see a lot more people like the S&P. But comparing the two, what's your reason? Give me a quick reason. What's up, TZ? Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Night Owl, you say you like both? Okay. They both, I'm gonna say this about NASDAQ and ES. The NASDAQ moves faster, is more volatile, and there's more points calculated in a shorter period, in a shorter distance in the NASDAQ. So the NASDAQ I'm gonna get into it when we come to the charts. I'm gonna compare both of them. But the NASDAQ compounds faster than the ES, but the contracts are cheaper than ES. It's hard to explain unless you do it. But the ES is smoother, is cleaner, is slower, but it pays more. I mean, the contracts are larger as far as pricing. Lenny, good morning. Shout out to you, Lenny. Shout out to everybody just joined. I appreciate y'all joining this coaching session. What's up, Gabrielle? Shout out to you. All right. Optimus, you said NASDAQ and NVIDIA track BTC. That's not what we're focusing on this morning, Optimus. That's not, we're not talking about crypto this morning. We could talk about it, but we're not talking about it. Like, this is more catered to futures trading and what we got going on inside of the Discord. 7 figure. Shout out to you. NQ more volatile is why most trade it, but ES has more overall volume, which is crazy. That's a good way to put it. 7 figures. That's pretty much right there on the spot. You're right. The NASDAQ is more volatile, but it'll chop you out if you don't know what you're doing. So for beginners, the people in my Discord, I try to start them off in the NASDAQ, and they see how volatile it is, and some people love it, some people don't. But like you said, the ES has way more volume. So it's really clean. It's a cleaner market. Ryan, Lenny, hey Ryan. Okay, y'all talking in the chat. Appreciate y'all showing camaraderie and brotherhood and sisterhood. Appreciate y'all doing that in the chat. That's why y'all need to sign. All these people that's talking, they're in the Patreon, and it's a good community, and we're building it. Okay, so y'all sign up to the Patreon. Trying to get 50 to 100 members. All right. So this week in the NASDAQ, it was the last week of the month. All right. Last week of the month. And this is what we had on the economic calendar, the 27th through the 2nd. Okay. It was a high impact news week. So initially I told y'all get out the market by Wednesday. Okay. And Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday was kind of like, really Monday and Tuesday was kind of like volatile. Wednesday was the worst day because we had FOMC meetings and Fed rates. But normally, initially, I tell y'all my protocol is to stay out the market after Wednesday because based on experience, the Thursday and Friday of a FOMC week and a non-farm employment week, the Thursday and Friday normally are very choppy, very volatile. But this week was different. So I can always adjust when I see, okay, the market is picking up and it's going to be volatile. And Thursday and Friday, we had some clean, low resistance price action. Okay, some clean, low resistance price action. It was very clean, beautiful price action, and a lot of y'all caught it. It was like cutting butter with cutting hot butter with a knife. All right, that's how easy it was. Those are the best trading days when the market is just loose and it's just printing. You're just printing money. All right, I did very well on Thursday and Friday. All right, I did very well. So that was last week. We're going to review it in the charts, but let's go ahead and forecast out to the first week of August. Let's go ahead and look out to the first week of August right here, the 3rd through the 9th. Even though in the we don't trade on Saturdays and Sundays, but on this week right here, the 3rd through the 4th through the 8th, we have a light week in the news. Okay, we have a light week in the news. It's the first week of the month. So y'all in the chat, y'all in the Patreon, in the Discord, what should you expect this week when we have a week like this? What should we expect this week? What should we expect? We're forecasting. What are some things we can expect as far as the news in the market? What can we expect this week? And if you're just joining, this is a coaching session. This is what we want to do for y'all that are in the Discord, y'all that are in the Patreon. This is what we want to do ahead of time. We're getting ourselves ready. We're getting ourselves ready for the upcoming week. All right. I like to prepare on Saturdays. I like to prepare on Sundays, sometimes after the week on Friday, but mainly early Saturday mornings. That's when I like to come to them and analyze pre-market, do my pre-market analysis, and set up my charts for the upcoming week. So y'all should be doing the same as well. Follow along. Gabrielle, you said low volume. Yes. Low volume for profits. Okay, one day with no news. Institutional sponsorship on days with news. Yep, Gabrielle, you're absolutely correct. So we already know on Monday, since Monday has no news. So, but listen, there always is. Okay, it can happen. Keep that in mind. So on days with no news, I normally expect low volume on days like that because there's no liquidity injection through high impact news. But sometimes, listen to what I'm saying. Sometimes the market can move on days with no news. All right. So we're going to be looking at it. But on days like this with no news, we're looking to be scalpers. All right. We want to be in and out. And I'm teaching that to y'all in the Discord. We're going to be in and out the market. We're not trying to hold long positions too long. We want to get about, if you're trading the ES, you want to look for 10, 15 points per trade. 10 to 15 points. If you're trading the NASDAQ, look for 20 to 25 points. All right. Those are quick surgical strikes where you're in and out the market. And guess what? If you're brand new, that gives you a foundation, that gives you a start, and you're paying yourself. The whole point of this thing right here is pay yourself. All right. Pay yourself something. Start extracting profits from the market. All right. Start to extract profits from the market. Set that to the side. Pay bills. Treat yourself to some lunch. Whatever you want to do with it. Start pulling money out the market. And we're not trying to commit to long-term holding in this market. All right. This is something completely different than crypto, y'all, if y'all brand new. What's up, Fizzle Wiz? Shout out to you. Shout out to everybody joining. If you're brand new, subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get everybody to sign up to the Patreon. Monday, we're going live with the signals. And I think it's going to be a good experience. So for y'all that are active, y'all got work, all you have to do is glance at the charts. And then for y'all that are in the Discord, y'all are still going to be getting the alerts and the signals. So I'm going to be doing it live, and then you can see where I could put, because I'm not going to be live trading because I don't want to cross that barrier, that line of giving financial advice. I'm not going to do live trading on live stream. I can do demo trading on live stream, but actual capital, no, I ain't going to do that because that's blurring the line with the CFTC. Okay. So I'm gonna have a disclaimer for all that. I know my rules. I know my regulations. I'm gonna do all this. It's all educational purposes only. And I'm going to be doing it through a demo account. Now, over here on my personal computer, my personal tablet, I'm going to be live trading, me personally. But when I'm on YouTube, I can't do live trading. I don't want to give financial advice. So just letting y'all know. But in the Discord, though, in the signal service, I encourage demo trading because a lot of y'all are brand new. So we want to start with demo practicing until you get comfortable. And then we got certain people already that got comfortable, and they're actually putting up their own money, and I'm not telling them to do so. So as we look at the economic calendar, Tuesday and Thursday, we have high impact news. So I'm going to say Monday is going to be a light day. We're going to live stream this, but this is going to be a light day. All right. Monday is going to be a light day. And then Tuesday, we should see some volatility in the market. And Wednesday, we shall see. And then Thursday, we shall see. So we're going to take it day by day to see what the market is doing. All right. So let's come over to the NASDAQ and the S&P. And if you just joined, I appreciate y'all joining. All right. Right here, I got the micro. So for brand new people, I encourage them to start off with the micro contracts. They're affordable. All right. You want to know how affordable they are? Let's come over here to the CME website. All right. This is where I like to go and see the current contracts, etc. Let's come over to the CME website, and then let's look at I got the micro E-mini, S&P 500, and the micro NASDAQ. All right, so let's look at the pricing for y'all that are brand new. This is the E-mini. Let's look at specs. And this is why they're affordable, okay? Minimum price fluctuation per contract, 0.25 ticks. All right, that's ticks. It goes from 0025, 50, 0.20, 25, 50, 75, and then 0.0 again. So 25 points, 50 points, 75 points, back to a round number. Okay. So that is how this is priced. So every 25 point or ticks, that's $1.25. All right. For the S&P, the micro S&P. So every 25 points is $1.25. So what is this times 4? Y'all tell me in the chat. What's 125 times 4? Because that's 4 points. 4 ticks equals 1 point. And this is for the people that are brand new. This is for the people that are brand new. So pull out your calculators. Pull out your calculators and let's get some engagement going. So y'all can understand what I mean by taking the low-hanging fruit. What's 125 times 4? $125 times 4. Where my people at? There you go. Shout out to you, Fizzle. $5. Okay. So for every, check it out, over here to the left, you see the decimal point right here? Everything to the left of the decimal point is a point. Everything to the right are ticks. All right. To the right of the decimal point is ticks. To the left of the decimal point is points. It takes 4 ticks to equal 1 point. So for every tick, that's $1.25, okay? And then once it goes 4 ticks, it rounds off to 1 point. So every time price over here to the left fluctuates 1 point, that's $1.25. All right. That's $1.25. I mean, excuse me, that's 5 points. That's $5. I mean, every tick is $1.25. Every point is $5. All right. So when I sit here and tell y'all in the S&P, the ES, aim for, let's say when I say aim for 15 to 20 points. So what's 5 times 20? Y'all tell me in the chat. I'm just trying to get the engagement going. I know it's simple math. Just trying to get the engagement going. What's 5 times 20? Boom. Just there you go, Fizzle. $5. I mean, 20 points. All right. So essentially add a 2 right here. Let's add a 2. So let's just kind of highlight. I can't do it right here, but let's just say this digit to the left of the decimal point is 20. All right. That equals $100. So when I say take the low hanging fruit as a new beginning trader, you're putting your order in the market and I say aim for 20 points. Boom. That's $100 payout. Do you know how easy 20 points is to gain in the S&P? And let me ask y'all this in the chat. Are you okay with earning an extra $100 per day? All right. Are you okay with, if you work a job and you just need a little bit of extra income, is gaining an extra $100 per day, what can that do for you? It could do, just let me know in the chat. What could that do for you? An extra $100 per day. For a profit, you said, yes, I am. Fizzle, you say you can do enough? Do you saying for real? Or yeah, they can do enough? All right, it's that simple. Never think for y'all that, now it gets way more powerful than this. Now check it out. In futures trading, depending on your equity size is how much you have to deposit into your broker account. So some people might have $1,000. Some people might have 10,000. Some people might have 20, 30, 50, 60, $100,000 to deposit in their account. Everybody's situation is different. But the more equity you have to deposit into your broker account, the more contracts you can trade. All right. You can add on leverage. You can add on more margin. So you can trade, let's say you do 2 contracts instead of 1. We're just using the example of 1, but imagine adding 2. So what's 20 points times 2 futures contracts? 20 points times 2 futures contracts. It's simple math. What would that be? We're talking about the micros, Night Owl. We're talking about the micros. We're starting off with beginners. Still, because listen, people are asleep on micros. People are still asleep on micros. So the answer I'm looking for is, there you go, Gabrielle. Shout out to you. $200. So if you, the same trade, the same example where I'm using 20 point per trade, 2 contracts, that's $200. Okay. So what you're doing is 5 times 20 and then times 2. 5 times 20 is $100, and then you're using 2 contracts. That's times 2. That's $200. All right. So let me show you an example of ES. All right. Let's show you an example of ES. And let me do this right quick. I might have to go off screen right quick. Let me do this. Damn it. Let me drag this over here. I need to do something right quick. I gotta log into my broker, so I can't let y'all see that. I need to log into my broker. And give me a second. I'm gonna show you an example of a 20-point trade and show you how easy $200 is. All right. So let me drag this back over. And I appreciate y'all joining. If you're brand new, subscribe to the channel. Get into Patreon if y'all want to get further details. We're going to start doing this live come Monday, and I'm preparing y'all for the week. All right, I'm logged into my broker. Let's go up to settings. Let's do executions. All right, execution. So this was my executions for the week, as you can see. Let's zoom in right quick. Matter of fact, let's go to Friday. I think I took a trade on Friday, which was yesterday. And I'm going to highlight my daily dividers, boom, just like this. So in between this vertical trend line and this vertical trend line, that was Friday's price action. And you can see that nice, beautiful sell-off just like that. The past 2 days, the market has been selling off, all right? So now let's go down to a 5-minute. Let's go down to the 5-minute time frame. And what am I looking for on the 5-minute? On the, let's go down to the 1 minute. I'm just trying to show you an example of a 20-point move in the S&P. In the S&P. So this was my entry right here. All right. Let me show you. Do you see where the arrow is? That's my entry. That's my entry point right there. See the arrow? That's where I executed at. So y'all in the chat, what is this right here in the chat? What is this right here in the chat? What am I highlighting right here in the chat? What's up, Ike? Shout out to you, Ike. What is this that I'm highlighting in the chat? Yep, shout out to y'all. Y'all see it. Shout out to you, Lenny. Shout out to you, For Profit. Shout out to you, Ike. Shout out to you, Night Owl. So there y'all go. That is a SIBI, which is a sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. So let me highlight that SIBI just to show you kind of precision that I'm talking about. Boom, just like that. All right, now we did trade through it, but I held on to it. Okay, I definitely held on to it based on the higher time frame. What I was looking at on the higher time frame. So when I was watching this trade yesterday, it was during the AM session. The AM session is from 8:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. in the morning. We're gonna be live streaming that coming Monday, and we're gonna do it the entire week. Ike, you said, why do you take the trade at that point? I'm explaining it now, Ike. I'm explaining it now. I get into it. So this was yesterday, Friday, all right? Y'all identified the SIBI. What do I tell y'all? If you want a guaranteed entry, place your order, boom, right there at the bottom of the fair value gap. Look at this candle right here. You see this candle? It opens, it trades up, boom, entry. Now, what's the symbol for this chart? It is the micro NASDAQ. The symbol for this chart is MESU, all right, futures. Right here, MES. So MES, micro ES, and then you want to get the current contract month, which is September 2025. Now, if you're brand new to this, the contracts expire. So they normally rotate the contracts every quarter. But right now we're in the September contract for the entire futures market, whether you're looking at the NASDAQ or the ES. So MES, and then the NASDAQ is MNQ, all right? But right here, this is the MES. I always tell y'all, if y'all want a guaranteed fill, you enter right there at the bottom of the fair value gap. That's going to give you a guaranteed fill. Now, we trade through it, but I had to zoom out. At this particular time, I was seeing weakness in price. All right. I just wanted to get in. All right. I just wanted to get in. This is a 1 minute time frame. So let's walk out in time. Let's walk out in price. Because look, as you can see, we trade up into the fair value gap and then we trade away. And then we use this wick over here. You see this wick? You already should know what that is. This is a ghost pool. You see it? That's a ghost pool. And we trade, but you gotta, that's why I say you can't ignore the ghost pools. You gotta know where they are. You can see how we trade into them. And then we bounce higher. But based on the higher time frame, I'm seeing weakness in price. So I need to know where to place my stop loss. So what I do is I go out to the hourly time frame. All right. I need to get a better look at the higher time frame chart. The higher time frame. So I'm like, okay, I'm in the trade. When I'm watching before, okay, this is what I seen before. It's before 9:30, which is the market opening. I see this large SIBI right here. You see that large SIBI? Boom. So what we did was, and remember, this is the higher time frame. This SIBI formed on the 1 hour time frame. During the pre-market, which is before 9:30 a.m. pre-market, we trade up and we reject that SIBI. And I'm already seeing, okay, price is showing heaviness. You can see how it sold off during London. Okay, London session sold off real heavy. I was asleep during London. We can't be up all 24 hours of the day, but if you was up during London traders made a lot of money, okay? So here I am waking up 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning and whatnot, and I'm starting to see, okay, what is price wanting to do based on higher time frame order flow? And I'm looking at the daily and the weekly and the monthly, all right? I'm looking at all those time frames at the same time just to get an indication on where this price want to draw to. So pre-market, I'm seeing, okay, we trade up into this SIBI clean. Y'all can see that? Like how price traded up into that SIBI. Boom, just like that. And it sold off. Okay, and then this candle opened right here. And I'm already seeing, okay, when it opened, it was showing heavy weakness. And then it was kind of like back and forth in here right before the market opened. And then guess what it did? It rallied higher. And I said, I need to drop down to see if I could see anything in this. Also, y'all in the chat, what is this candle right here? Y'all see this candle? What is this candle right here that I'm showing? What is this candle right here? Appreciate y'all joining, man. If you're brand new, subscribe to the channel. This is a live coaching session. Sign up to the Patreon to get more insight and deeper analysis live, because we're going to be live streaming this. Y'all in the chat, what is this candle right here? Y'all in the Patreon, y'all in the Discord, what is this candle right here? Yep, shout out to you, Gabriel. It's a bearish order block. So once I see this candle right here forming, okay, I see weakness in price. I know based on the daily and the weekly, price is wanting to go lower. I already got lower time frame objectives. So I see this order block form on the 1 hour time frame. So all you got to do is, this is what you do. Highlight the opening price. Boom, right there. And all price needs to do. So look at this candle right here. You see how it opens? It trades up into the SIBI and then it sells off. And then once it touches the opening price of this order block, it's activated. Order block becomes activated. It doesn't need to trade through it and come back to it. So we trade down to it. It activates the order block. So now this order block is valid. All right. And then this candle closes. And then this candle opens at 9 o'clock a.m., 30 minutes before the 9:30 open. Yes, 1 hour chart. But for precision, you want to drop down the lower time frames. So from the 1 hour to the 15 minute, I'm knowing we're bearish. On the 15-minute time frame, I see this SIBI right here. All right, you see the SIBI? We worked through it and we're still working it. And I'm just being patient. I want to get I see this drop off right here. This candle right here tells me, okay, this is bearish. All right, we trade up into the 1 hour SIBI. We trade down just like that. And I said, okay, this is bearish. I want to be participating in this. So I keep dropping down the lower time frames. Let's go from the 15 to the 5 minute. All right, 15 to the 5 minute. On the 5 minute time frame, I'm seeing all this right here, this weakness. And I'm knowing, okay, the market is about to open up in 30 minutes. So on the 5 minute time frame, I see this candle right here. Right here, this is an order block to me, all right? This is a order block to me. You see this candle right here? That's a order block, all right? So what I do is on the 5 minute time frame, I use this as a order block, the opening price on the 5 minute. All right, we trade down, and then guess what? Use the midway point of the order block. And now remember, I'm in sync with the higher time frame. I know exactly what the higher time frame where it wants to go. Now you need to figure out how am I going to get into this? How exactly am I going to get in sync with this and line up with it? So look at the midway point of the order block, which y'all know that's a key level. All right, right there. Now I'm gonna remove the Fibonacci. So you got the opening price of the order block and the midway point. Now check it out. Look at my entry. Look at my entry point at the midway point. Excuse me. Look at my entry point at the midway point. Also, in the chat, what is this right here? What these candles, the bodies don't overlap. What is that I'm highlighting right there on the 5-minute time frame? What am I highlighting right there? What is this called right here? Boom. There you go, Gabrielle. Volume imbalance. It's another form of a gap, but it's called volume imbalance where the bodies don't overlap. So look at the volume imbalance. Yeah, shout out to you, Lenny. Look at the volume imbalance, all right? Also, look at the midway point of the order block, and then look at the midway point of the volume imbalance. Is that random? Is all those levels random? It's just giving you more confluence on what the market wants to do. Midway point of the order block, look at the midway point of the volume imbalance. And then boom, look at my entry at the top of the volume imbalance. You see that? Do you see that? Is that random? Now, that's just me getting in, but the market is high resistance at the time. So what the market is doing is, you can see it trade through it. It doesn't matter. It's still using it. All right. I'm in the market. I'm in sync with it. We trade through it. We go above it, but my stop loss needs to be based on a higher time frame. So let's go out to the 15-minute. And my stop loss, that's the first thing I'm trying to determine. I'm in the market. Now, where do I want to place my stop loss? And my stop loss is based on, let's go out to the hourly. My stop loss was based on the hourly time frame, all right? So this was a more high risk for me because the volatility and what was going on. I knew price wanted to go lower, but I needed to be in this, okay? I needed to get in. But my stop loss was right here at the top of the order block. Y'all see that? So you could have placed your stop loss up here. That was too much risk for me, all right? At the top of this wick, I don't want to do that. It was too much risk. But where I put it was at the order block, the high right there. You see that? So my stop loss was right here at this wick high. Boom, just like that. So now I'm in the trade. I got my risk on. And then, okay, where do I want to profit? Where do I want to take profit? Based on, I forget, let's go out to the daily. On a daily time frame, I think it was the weekly maybe. Well, we had an old low right here. You see this old low? This low was from a few weeks ago. That's where I took profit at right there. So let's highlight that low. See that? That's a previous week's low. That's another reason why we highlight previous week's highs and lows, all right? That's another reason why we highlight previous week's highs and lows. So let's go back down to the hourly. And as you can see, do you think it's random? Why do we highlight previous week's highs and lows? Y'all tell me in the chat, man. There's a reason why I tell y'all to do that. See that low right there? That low was from 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, we formed this low, and then eventually we return back to it. You see that? I kind of got out early. I had to get out early because guess what? Guess what is right there? What else is right there? Let me highlight it for you. What was it? Not that. Boom. Okay, boom, right there. Based on the higher time frame, what was I telling y'all in the Discord? What was I telling y'all in the chat? Weekly fair value gap, right? For profit, you said price returns back to the highs and lows for liquidity. Boom. Shout out to you. You're on point. So look, we're inside of a weekly fair value gap. So do you think it's random? I'll go ahead and exit. I had got busy. Check it out, y'all. I had got busy. Some stuff had came up. So I was like, damn, I was reaching for the liquidity. You see that? And eventually went there. But I had to handle some business. It happens. It's just life. And I had to exit the trade early. But eventually it's dropped down there. I got out, and then what did the price do? It snapped back up higher and returned to this SIBI right here. Sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. Price became very volatile, but you don't want to hang out too long. You want to get in and get out. You don't want to hang sometimes. Sometimes you just got to take the points and get out, because then you're going to be like, damn, once you see this right here where it drops down and then it retraces, you're going to see all those profits go back against you. You're going to be like, fuck. All right. Then you're going to get nervous and sell, and then it's going to go to a premium SIBI and then go down and take out the sell side liquidity from 2 weeks ago. That's the manipulation. That's how they shake y'all out the market, just like that. And it still went to the objective. All right. It's not random. It's algorithmic. All right. But I got out early because I had to handle some business. And let's see how far that trade netted. Let's go back up. Let's go back to a 15-minute time frame. And what I want to do is I want to find my entry point. Let's do a 1 minute. Let's go back. Let's go to a 1 minute. Got a lot going on my chart. Appreciate y'all joining. If y'all brand new, subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the Patreon as well. Lock in, tap in with a growing community. I think I'm dropping. Y'all tell me, man, has my channel been of value to y'all or not? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I care about is bringing value to others and education. You know what I'm saying? Education. That's all I care about. So this is a shorting tool, as you can see, a shorting tool. My stop loss was right here. So that's a 10-point stop loss. You see that 10-point stop loss? You said, oh yeah, man, appreciate it. You've been here day one. All right. You've been here day one. And what I want to do is just drag it all the way down. So you see, and I thought I got out right here. No, I got out right here. Because again, I had got busy. I got distracted from price. All right. I had got distracted. I had walked away and came back. I was like, fuck. Because I was just so confident that it was going to go down and take out the liquidity. But it used the weekly fair value gap. And then when I came back, I seen, okay, price was going against me. Let me go ahead and pull my profits because I got distracted and I was mad. You know what I'm saying? But I held that for 42 points, just like that. All right. I wanted 65 points, but I had to get out at 45 points right there, 42 points. Shout out to you, Lawrence. Ike, you said I sold. Wait a minute. Why y'all comments not coming up? I got to get y'all comments up here. 1 second. 1 second, man. Give me a second. One second, y'all. 1 second. All right. Y'all should be popping up. Y'all press 1. Y'all press 1. If y'all locked in and engaged. Ike, you said I sold my XRP last night after watching the special on CNN. Say, oh, okay, Ike. All right. Okay. All right. Y'all are good. Y'all are good in the chat. Y'all are good in the comments. I like to have y'all up here so y'all can feel involved and get the engagement going. I like that. All right. I appreciate that. Yeah. So this trade right here would netted me 42 points and I used 2 micro contracts. All right. I think it was around $400. It was real easy. You know what I'm saying? As you can see, price, low resistance, started selling off. It started selling off and it was very low resistance. All right. So 42-point trade right there. Now for y'all, when I say aim for 20 points, let's go up a little bit. Right there. Okay. That's a 20-point trade right there. That's a 20-point trade right there. And for y'all, what I was explaining earlier, to be honest, we can aim for 10 points. All right. Let's go up to 10 points. Let's do this 10-point trade. Right there. So a 10-point trade looks something like that. Okay. You see that where you enter, you see the entry and you hold for 10 points. So let's just say you do 5 times 10. Y'all tell me in the chat. What is that in profits? What is that in profits? And this is so easy because it happens every day. How many of y'all think y'all can capture 10 points in the S&P, in the ES, and trading futures? How many of y'all think y'all can capture 10 points per trade? 10 times 5. Yeah, what is that in the chat? 10 points times $5 per point. What y'all got? For a profit, you say you believe you can? Gabrielle, $50 for a profit, $50. Shout out to y'all. So, what can $50 extra do for y'all per day? Now let's add 2 contracts. So essentially it's going to be 10 points times 5. That's $5 per point. That's going to give you $50. Then you're going to multiply it by 2. This little short window right here, this little short trade is 10 points. All right. This little short trade is 10 points. You see that? What are we aiming for? What's below this low right here? Okay. You see this large wick? What's below this low right here? What's below that low right there? This is for people that are brand new. What's below that low right there? Yep. Shout out to you for profits. Liquidity, okay? Is it random? No, it's not random. That's your objective right there. That's where you target. You see price on higher time frames is showing weakness. You enter the trade and you're aiming for 10 points using 2 contracts. That's $100 right there. Boom, just like that. This happens every day in the market. It's so easy, okay? It's very easy. Every day in the market, 10-point trades, 10 points, 10 points. If you start with that right there, you can work your way out of your job. You can start paying bills. And this is just a micro contract. This also works in the minis, okay? Same concept, same strategy. If you're trading the S&P, start with 10 points per trade. 10 points per trade, and you grow from that. Do y'all understand that? Does that make sense? Sign up to the Patreon if y'all want to follow along with this type of strategy. Y'all come over here if you're brand new, click the link, sign up to the Patreon, get in the mentorship in the signal service. We're going to start live streaming it come Monday. All right. I'm going to be on YouTube. Now I'm going to start off doing it publicly, but then I'm going to reserve it for private members only. So if you think you can go do 10 points per day in the S&P, the ES futures contracts, press 1. Press 1 if you think you can do it. Some of y'all are already doing it. Lawrence, shout out to you in the Discord. Patreon member. Rangman in the Discord, Patreon member. Gabrielle, Discord, Patreon member. Tino, Patreon member. For profits, haven't attempted yet, but yes, for profits. Eventually, you get in the signal service, in the mentorship. Fizzle, are you in the mentorship in the Patreon? I'm not sure. Ike, you can learn to do it. Ike, I'm gonna be doing it live, so it's almost like you kind of getting my experience, and I'm kind of like helping you do it. We already got the testimonies in here. I'm just letting you know, but you definitely can do it, Ike. I think you definitely got what it takes. Okay, you said not yet. Again, I'm gonna be posting that this evening sometime, or whenever I get time. I'm gonna be posting my testimonies and the people that are actually making profits and seeing results. All right, I got social proof. So again, y'all tap in. DJ Medicated, shout out to you, first timer. And what you just said is going to change a lot for me. Look at that. You know what I'm saying? Just appreciate it. I'm on 50K accounts and I keep blowing them because I'm trying to get 100 profit on each trade. Tap in, DJ Medicated. Come over here again. You gotta have a specialized strategy. Y'all come type into the Patreon. We're gonna start live streaming this, and I got a signal service, and I already got social proof. I got members already in there doing beyond. They're already doing beyond 10-point trades. Okay, they're going beyond. I got members making $600, $400, $300. Okay, and we still got people in there practicing, learning. So I don't tell you how to trade live, but if you have my guidance, you make that decision if you want to. All right, I don't give financial advice. How do you place a trade on TradingView for profits? It's in the Patreon. Okay, we in the Patreon. You're already in the Patreon in the Discord. I go over that. All right. But DJ Medicated, you said you're using 50K accounts. DJ Medicated, are you using are you doing like the prop firm challenges and all that? If you learn what I'm teaching y'all, man, you don't need a prop firm, okay? If you just learn what I'm teaching y'all, 10-point trades, okay? You don't need a prop firm. You work a job, you save some money, and you start with the low-hanging fruit. Like this trade right here that I'm showing y'all, that's a low-hanging fruit trade, just like that. Boom. Surgical strike. Y'all know in the Discord, I like to do the drone strikes. All right? I use the drone strikes for an example. Enter, surgical strike, out the market, and then guess what? You don't have to worry about it going any lower. Even though I held for lower objectives, I should have got out right here, but I didn't. I got greedy and I stepped away. But still enough, I was profitable. DJ Medicaid, I'm trying to pass evals, and embarrassing as it is, I have blown 12 accounts. Yes, I am retired disabled vet. Shout out to you, DJ Medicated. So again, you need a strategy. DJ Medicated, what's your experience level? What's your experience level? I've been doing this for 5 years straight. Again, this is what I do. You know what I'm saying? You need to have a realistic strategy. I teach my community to aim for low hanging fruit objectives and let the power of compound interest do its thing. All right. Aiming for 10 points per trade, 15 points per trade, 20 points per trade, and getting out and not caring, paying yourself. I teach y'all about paying yourself. Pay yourself something. Don't hold on to these trades long. Give yourself some profit. It gives you winners. It gives you encouragement, and it gives you a confidence on the next trade. So we're not over here blowing accounts. Listen, that's because y'all are over leveraging. All right, let me ask you this. Check it out. For DJ and Fizzle, okay? DJ Medicated and Fizzle. Let me ask y'all this simple question. How many times per day do you trade? How many times, like let's just say you're trading on an average day. How many trades do you take per day? I'm just curious. I'm just curious. Because the number one rule of trading is, y'all let me know in the chat. DJ Medicated, my strategy was buy dips and sell rips. I have 3 green accounts for profits. Don't overtrade. I trade Monday through Friday about 10 to 1 p.m. So DJ Medicated, I need more context. How many trades do you take per day? Do you take 10 trades per day? Do you take 15 trades per day? How many active trades do you put on per day? Phil, you say you're slowly learning more than I should. I haven't blown an account lately, but I've done it over the years. I trade Monday through Friday about open to about 1 p.m. Yes, Ike, I'm asking. Question is how many trades a day? That's all I'm asking. It's a simple question. For profits, 1 to 2 trades a day. DJ Medicated and Fizzle. How many trades do you place a day so we can prevent you from blowing your trades? So we can prevent you from blowing accounts. All right. It all depends on what the market is doing. If it consolidates, I stay away and wait. Okay. But if it's not consolidating, do you place 5, 10, 15 trades per day? I'm just trying to get you the answer. Is it embarrassing? Because you're not saying, you're saying a lot, but if it's an embarrassing amount, I understand. Because guess what? We all do it. When you don't have guidance and mentorship, you just don't know what you just don't know. Fizzle, you say you take 5 to 10, depends on how much profit. All right. So let me tell you this, 5 to 10 trades per day is the reason why y'all are blowing your accounts. All right. So if I zoom out, let's just zoom out right quick, just for context, just for an example. All right, let me zoom out. This was Friday. All right, let me go to the 15-minute time frame. On Friday, all right, on Friday, how many trades did I take on Friday? Y'all tell me in the chat. On Friday, you can see my executions. The arrows represents my executions. How many trades did I take from entry to take profit? That's one round trip. How many do you see on Friday? Boom. Shout out to you, Night Owl. 1 trade. Now let's go over to Thursday. All right, let's go to Thursday. How many trades did I take on Thursday? From entry to take profit, entry to take profit. How many trades was that? 2, right? And they both was profitable. Okay. 2 trades, 2 for 2 on the day. Yep. So look at the question is what's your frequency? The more frequent, the more active you are in the market, the more you're going to blow your accounts. Okay. We need to significantly reduce the frequency of trades. And that comes down to your discipline. A lot of y'all want that fast money and get rich overnight. But when I sit here and tell you to aim for 20 points and just take your $100, okay? Take your $200 if you're using 2 contracts. Take the points and pay yourself. and just sit on your hands. You made $100 extra per day. Now wait for the next day and do it all over again. But the goal is to only take 1 or 2 trades per day, okay? 1 or 2 trades per day. If you have one trade that's profitable, you don't necessarily have to take the next trade, because guess what? You might run the risk of giving it back to the market makers, all right? Do you want to give profits back, or do you want to be profitable? Do you want to give profits back, or do you want to be profitable? That's what you got to ask yourself. How much am I trading, okay? How much am I risking? You should only, if you're brand new, or if you've been trading and you've been blowing accounts, you need to come back down to a beginner's level, a beginner's way of doing things. And you need to have strict discipline and strict rules. You need to ask yourself, you need to be able to, you need to ask yourself, how much am I risking? How many trades am I going to take per day? And it comes back down to your discipline. And can you stick to that? Can you psychologically stick to, I'm only going to trade 1 or 2 times per day? It comes down to you. You are the operator of your trade. You are the operator of your money. You're the money manager. At the end of the day, you're managing your own capital when it comes to trading. I'm gonna read these comments. DJ Medicated. I need to get out of the mindset of passing evals quickly. And guess what? That's the prop firm industry. Why not use your own capital and slowly grow your own capital? All right. If you somebody got $2,000, slowly grow that. Start with $2,000 equity. Start with $100 win. Okay, took your profits. Start with a $250 win. And then the next day might be a $50 win. And you're slowly compounding that every day. And then eventually over time, you will take $2,000 to $5,000, $5,000 to $10,000. But you're doing it every day over time, and you're not over trading. All right. You're not over trading. And then once you get to about, let's say $20,000, $25,000, then you can bump up to the mini contracts, and then those same objectives. So example, in the mini, let's go back to the 1 minute time frame on this trade right here. Let's go back down to the mini contract. Shout out to everybody that's joining. Appreciate y'all subscribing. Please subscribe to my channel. Sign up to the Patreon and tap in with me. So let's just say this was a mini contract, not a micro. This same trade for 10 points. I believe, is it $50 per point? Yes. So in a mini contract, which is not a micro, every point is $50, okay? Every point is $50. So what's $50 times 10, which is 10 points? That's our objective. And this is for people that got larger capital. Once you grow from micros to minis, 50 times 10, what do you get? This same move. Boom. There you go. 10 point trade in the minis is a $500 move. So it's the same market, trades the exact same way. Nothing is different. Only the difference is the pricing in the contract. So same trade, boom, trades up into entry down to 10 points. That's $500. $500 just like that. Now, let's just say you added two mini contracts. That will essentially be 500 times 2. That's $1,000 trade just right there on 10 points. Now, what could you do once you scale up and get more confident in your trading? DJ Medicated. Being on a set monthly income, I am limited on my capital I have. That's why I went from the profit. Okay, I got you. Everybody's situation is different. So I'm locked up trading micros on YouTube and found you. Boom. That's the type of people I'm looking for right there. Shout out to you, DJ Medicated. I want brand new people, and everybody's situation is different. Some people aren't on set income. Some people are on different. But I always start brand new people on micro contracts because they are powerful, okay? Yes, in my honest opinion, micro trading is way more superior than going to prop firms, okay? Because micros with a strategy can compound, okay? You can go crazy with micros. You can go crazy with, all week this week I've been for my community. Now I could trade minis, but for my community, I'm trying to get beginners to learn how to trade with micros and showing them the power of micro contracts. So all my trading has been going forward in micros. The analysis and the trading concepts are the same. And if you're brand new to my channel and the markers are algorithmic, that's the type of philosophy, that's the type of concept that I have. DJ Medicated, I think you're somebody who could potentially benefit from my signal service and my mentorship. Are you somebody who has time every day? Are you somebody, well, you said you retired. So Ike, you said how much equity you need to trade micros? Good question, Ike. So let's come over to a broker, Ike. Let's come over to the broker. Let's go to TradeStation, because that's what I got many brokers. I use about 4 or 5 different brokers, but TradeStation is one of them. And this is a broker that I use. This ain't no sponsorship. I'm just showing you got to go to a broker, because every broker has different pricing on their contracts. And inside of my Patreon, I go over a list of different brokers. TradingView is one of them. And I let y'all choose which one y'all want to use. If you're overseas, I'll also go over brokers that use overseas brokers as well. Let's go over to futures margin rates right here under pricing, futures margin rates. Let's scroll down. And here we are. Matter of fact, let's go up to equities. All right, let's scroll up. Let's go to indexes, because we're going to be focused on the indexes. And then boom, right here. You see Ike, it says micro E-mini futures, MES. That's the current one we're looking at. So check it out, Ike. You see where it says initial day right here, intraday initial. That's the initial requirement or capital they require you to have the day trade, okay? So they require you to have $235 just to trade micro contracts. And a lot of y'all have $235 that's watching this, all right? Especially you, Ike. I'm not calling you out, I'm just saying. All they require you to have for micro trading is $235. Now let's compare that to the micro to the mini contract. See this is the S&P mini. They require you to have, let me zoom in a little bit. All right, they won't let me zoom in, but they require you to have $2,350 to trade the minis. And a lot of y'all have that as well, okay? What I teach y'all to start with the micros right here, start with about $500 to $1,000 to $2,000. But the broker only requires you to have $235, all right? Just to trade. But if you do overnight trading, which I don't do overnight trading, sometimes I do, but if you need an overnight trade where you're in a position and you're trying to hold it overnight, the broker requires you to have way more capital, because there's overnight risk in the market, all right? The market's like the gap open, higher or lower, and you might get caught in that gap opening and it can liquidate you. All right. So that's why there's risk overnight. So they require you to have more capital. But no, the type of trading that we're talking about is like 10-point trades. You're in and out the market every day and you're going about your day. So they require you to have $235 just to trade micro futures, S&P. And then for the larger mini, $2,350 just to trade that. And that's doable for a lot of y'all as well. But that's why I say the micros are very affordable. Y'all need to tap in. Sign up to the Patreon. Tap in. Yes, Ike, that's all. I've been telling you that's all. That's all. It's affordable. When I say, oh, they're affordable, they're forgiving. Anybody who are brand new to trading can start with micro contracts. All right. Let's look at the NASDAQ. How much do they want you to have for the NASDAQ? The NQ micro. All right, micro NQ right here. They only require you to have $336 to initially fund your account for micro NASDAQ. That's very doable. Appreciate you, Jude. Top of the top. Shout out to you, man. Good morning. Good morning. DJ Medicated. And there isn't any cap on payouts. That's because it's your own money. Yes, DJ, yes. Prop firm traders have ruined trading, okay? Yes, you're using your own money. And like I'm sitting here showing you the strategy, aim for 10 points per trade. So if you're somebody who start with $500 and you go in and make your $100 per day, that starts to compound. Now there's fees because you gotta pay transaction fees, and they're like pennies. They're like $1 per trade. But that's not the same with the prop firms. Ike, I have an account open with TradeStation, but I haven't placed a trade yet. Tap in, Ike. Hey, Ike, I will not steer you wrong, Ike. Trust me. I got testimonies. I got people in here that you already seen it, Ike. Tap in. Now you can do it on your own, but get some guidance, get some mentorship, because there is risk. Because if you don't know what you're properly doing, that trade can go against you and you can lose $100. And there's a lot, you wouldn't be surprised how many people don't trade with stop losses. All right. So that's all I'm saying. Tap in. Y'all click the link in the description for the Patreon. So there y'all go. Hopefully I answered your question. How much money? I get that all the time. DJ Medicated. Right now, we're mainly focused on the NASDAQ and the ES. Every day, they alternate, kind of like, one day the NASDAQ might be running real good, clean. It has better opportunity. And then some days, the ES might have a better opportunity. But they pretty much trade step by step. Check it out. You only need one market. That's, how people trade 5, 10 different markets. You only need one market. You need to be a specialist in one market, because all markets can pay out. It don't matter. You can make $1 million in trading the NASDAQ. You can make $1 million trading the ES. It's all relative. All right. So with my community, I like to start y'all off in the NASDAQ ES. And then eventually, as the community grows, we can start trading crypto. We can start trading gold. So gold is popular. But I'm a specialist in the ES and the NASDAQ. Those are my two markets. I got two. And then I like to branch off and do gold every now and then. And then crypto, I'm slowly growing into crypto, futures trading. Crypto investing, I'm all into that. All right. But futures trading crypto, I'm not there yet. What's up, Jay Gamble? Shout out to you in the building. Shout out to everybody joining. Make sure y'all smash that like button if you're a new subscriber. I appreciate you joining. Subscribe to the channel, share the video, sign up to the Patreon. Trying to get members. Trying to look for about 50 to 100 members to get in the signals and the mentorship. All right, let's come back to the markets. So yes, press 1 if y'all understand 10 points per trade. That's for you beginners, 10 points per trade. I just showed you what that looks like. Now, once you get more advanced, you're going to be able to hold those trades like I did. All right. All the way down here, a 45 or 42 point trade. I was aiming for this liquidity down here, but God damn it, life be lifing sometimes. DJ Medicated. I have only been trading NQ, but it is too much for my style. The risk is too high, and I need to find a better strategy, just like you are talking about right now. Tap in with me, DJ Medicated. Tap in with me. And you need to go into micro. Are you saying you've been trading micro NQ or just the full NQ? If you've been trading NQ, stay away from that. I don't think you're ready for that. That's more NQ. The minis are for people with larger capital and more experience. That's what I'm gonna say, because you can get fucked up. You said mini, you need to step it down to the micro. Zeph, shout out to you. XRP is beautiful right now. Let's go take a peek at XRP right quick, y'all. Let's take a peek. Then this ain't what this focus on, but let's take a peek right quick. Also, if you're brand new, we're deep into digital assets. Up there it is. Didn't I call that yesterday? Didn't I say we're gonna trade down to if y'all watched the live stream last night? Didn't I say it was gonna sell off? And guess what? Where is it going, y'all? Where is it going? If y'all watched the live stream last night, did I or did I not highlight this level in price? I actually highlighted last week. All right. So that's XRP. Guess what? Guess what? So let me come back over here. That's not what this focus. I might go live after this for the crypto. Let's come back and get focused. All right, let's come back and get focused. Yep. Hey, it's not random, Ike. It's not random, Fizzle. It's not random. DJ Medicated. Yes, that's why I searched micros and found you immediately. Micros are going to help me not blow accounts. Boy, God works in the mysterious ways, doesn't it, DJ Medicated? I'm live doing this. I'm not doing it through a video. I'm doing it live. So that was perfect timing, to be honest. So, all right. Y'all press 1. All right. Let me make sure y'all understood the strategy. I want for people that want to subscribe to me, people that's in the Discord, people in the Patreon. Y'all let me know. Does this strategy make sense? The 10-point strategy. It's 20 points in the NASDAQ, 10 points in the S&P. 10 points in it because they move differently. 10 points in the S&P, 20 points in the NASDAQ. So if you're trading either or, understand that. 10 points in the S&P, 10 points in the NASDAQ. All right. DJ Medicaid, yes, sir. That was the first thing I looked at was live video. It's the weekend, so I'm not allowed to trade, but Monday game on. And that's why I'm fitting that's why I'm here live right now, because we do I'm doing my pre-market analysis. Okay. So I'm back testing. I'm showing y'all a market review. So that's what I just did. We just reviewed. Also, I had another trade on Thursday. I took 2 trades on Thursday, by matter of fact. We're doing a pre-market back test the market, and then we're going to do a pre-market analysis. All right. And if we just zoom out, that's my frequency from the week. All right. I did a lot of scalping on Tuesday, and I was definitely profitable. And then on Wednesday, I shorted the market, boom, right there. And then it was a volatile Wednesday right there. But you see my frequency throughout the week, not very frequent. Per day. Tuesday, I kind of went crazy though. Let me hide my executions. All right, y'all understand. All right, y'all understand. All right, let me clean some of this up right quick. Make sure y'all smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate y'all joining. Tap in with me in the Patreon. That's where you're going to get the most value at, not on these live streams, in the Patreon. All right, building a good community, man. Building a good community, and you actually can make money in my community. So it's a beautiful thing. I take pride in that as well. I'm grateful for that as well. Let me see. All right, so let's go ahead and prep for the upcoming week. Let me hide some of this, clean up my charts, and we're gonna do this in both the S&P and the NASDAQ. So I already got it highlighted. So y'all in the chat, okay? I'm on the hourly time frame. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start on the hourly. We're gonna start on the 15-minute, and then we're gonna zoom out. We're gonna zoom out and then do a top-down analysis. So if you're on the hourly time frame, y'all in the chat, y'all in the Discord, what is the first thing you should be doing? And you should be doing this weekend. And if you're brand new to my channel, feel free to follow along, because my channel is an educational channel. And here it is. Like, it's up to you if you're going to sit around and not apply the information. All right. Here it is. So what's the first thing we should look for on the hourly time frame? This is intraday price action. So anything below the daily time frame, that is intraday price action. Anything above the daily is long-term, higher time frame analysis. So for profits, and I want everybody to tell me what you would do first on the 1 hour time frame. What's the first thing you should be doing when we're looking at the market from this perspective? All right, for profits, previous high and low. Gabrielle, previous week's high and low. Shout out to everybody just joining. Appreciate y'all joining. DJ Medicated, previous highs and lows. Okay, so yes, what's above the old highs and what's below the old lows? Y'all tell me in the chat. So there goes the weekly high from the previous week that just ended. All right, and we started a new month, so we're gonna have to do some analysis on that as well. We just start the new month, so we need to calibrate for the upcoming month. I'm gonna walk y'all through that as well. I might already have this shit highlighted. 1 second. No. All right, yeah. Let's go ahead and highlight that. Boom, right there. Previous week's high. So that was the high from the previous week that just ended. DJ Medicated. Yes, you're right, DJ Medicated. Liquidity. All right, liquidity. There's buy side liquidity and there's sell side liquidity above and below the market. Now we want to highlight the low. DJ Medicated, you said that's where all the big companies have their buy and sell orders, right? Not big companies, institutions, okay? Companies are one thing. Large financial institutions are a whole nother level. And when I talk about large financial institutions, we're talking about on the central banking level. Okay. Central banking level. We're not talking about like, we're not talking about like a Capital One. We're not talking about those type of entities. We're talking about large central banking entities. All right, so I did that. This is the we're locating where the liquidity and where the orders are. So we just did that for the MES. All right, buy side liquidity. So let's come over to the NASDAQ. So we're following along in both markets. The same thing in the NASDAQ. Let's highlight the previous week's high right here. And then we're gonna highlight the previous week's low. So this is how this is how I'm efficient. And when I want to like knock them both out, I would do them next to each other, side by side. All right. Boom, just like that. Previous week's low. That's where the liquidity is. And now you kind of want to do this for the past 2 to 3 to 5 weeks out. So we're gonna look back in price, and we're gonna do that for the previous weeks as well. For profits, you say my charts look nothing like yours. For profits, you brand new, you're gonna catch on for profits. You're gonna catch on. What does your up here in the top left for profits? What does this say in the top left? If you're on TradingView, what does that say? This is the MNQ micro NASDAQ contract. You need to look for and it's from the CME. All right, CME group, and you're gonna look for the September contract. All right, and the same thing for the S&P. So make sure that aligns properly. All right, so that's the NASDAQ. And then you want to look back in price, which we had a heavy sell-off. So once I go out to higher time frames, that's what I'm gonna highlight. But you need to highlight the previous week's highs and lows, just like that. Also, y'all in the Discord, y'all in the Patreon, what's one thing that I've been teaching y'all as of lately to highlight? What do I teach y'all? Before I leave off this 1 hour time frame, what do I teach y'all to highlight? All right, for profits, shout out to you. What else should y'all be highlighting? 29 people in the building. Make sure y'all subscribe. Appreciate y'all joining. Sign up for the Patreon. The MES1, that's a continuous contract. So I use that contract to get more data and price, but we don't trade that contract. We don't trade that chart. I use it for, as you can see on that chart, it has more data. Like it has the entire history. But the actual contract doesn't have all that history. So I tap into that more in the Patreon. Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all. So Gabrielle, you're on point. In the WOG, NWOG. That stands for New Week Opening Gap. DJ Medicated. I have some errands to run, but when I come back and you are still live, I will be back. I love that you ask us questions and have us answers. I'm going to join the Discord now. All right. I appreciate it, DJ Medicated. Appreciate it. Anybody else that want to sign up, man, hey, I take pride in giving value. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking pride in giving value. I'm taking pride into engaging with everybody. If y'all notice, I engage with everybody, and it's for the most part positive. Now, you already know I don't do the negativity, but I like to engage with the community. How many content creators actually engage with their people? A lot of them don't. But y'all are right in the chat. The first thing we're going to do is, and if you're brand new, don't expect to know everything right now. If you just started, don't expect to know everything. We want to highlight the closing price. All right. The closing price from Friday. You're going to do this every Friday at the end of the week. You're going to highlight the closing price of that Friday. So let me pull this up. And as you can see, as I pull that up, you can start seeing that matrix. All right. So we're going to get into it here in a minute, but what you want to do is you want to highlight the closing price. And this is for the S&P. And I'm going to take trend lines and I'm going to drop that on the closing price right here. And then how you calibrate it is look at the top of the chart where my cursor is. That gives you the open, high, low, close price for every candle. All right. So the closing price of this candle right here was 6,262 and 50 ticks. And then you're going to go to settings and you're going to calibrate that price. 6,262 and 50. Right there. All right. So that's the close. Wait a minute. Wait. That don't look right. Yeah, I did the low. My bad. Let's go up right there. 626325. All right. 6263. Go to settings. Appreciate y'all joining, man. 26325, and boom, there it is. So that's the closing price right there. When what you do is you're gonna drag that out all the way into the entire week. Okay, you're gonna drag that all the way to the right into the entire week, and then on Sunday, for y'all in the Patreon, y'all in the Discord, when the market opens on Sunday at 6:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, that's when the market is gonna open. It's gonna open, and if y'all are brand new, if you don't know, you need to set your charts to New York Eastern Standard Time. All right, that's the time frame that the algorithm operates. All right, so once the market opens, we don't know where the market is going to open. It can gap open very wide, or it can be a small little gap open, but it's definitely going to gap open on Sunday. All right, so that's why you don't want to hold trades over the weekend, because you don't know. This can gap open higher or can gap open lower. And if you're holding a short, for example, over the weekend, which you should not be doing, the market can gap open on Sunday really high, and you can be in the negative. It can really hurt you. So that's why you want to be in and out the market. All right. So you want to highlight the closing price right here. And then on Sunday's open, you're going to highlight the opening price, and you're going to clone this, drag it out all the way to the right, and then you're going to find the midway point. You should do this every week. All right. So if we just look back in price, look at the gap open on last week. All right, the market closed on this week on Friday. See, I highlight that a new week opening gap. And then guess what? It gapped open on Sunday last week, and that formed a gap in price. And guess what you can use? You can use this gap as trading opportunity. You can use this gap as targets. You can use this as support and resistance. You can use it as entry points. But you can see how price traded through this gap all week. All right. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this all the way out to the right. Just like that, because guess what? You will be surprised how many times we can refer back to this new week opening gap. But guess what? Y'all are not even aware of it if I never told you. You wouldn't even know this is going on. It's algorithmic and it's not random. All right. So we're going to keep that on the hush. If you're joining this live right now, you understand what's going on. And then as you can see over here, we got new week opening gaps from 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks ago. All right. Even longer, 5 weeks ago. You see this down here? 5 weeks ago. All right. So you're not supposed to be knowing this, but here I am telling you what's going on in price. And what was a big factor of me holding those trades down to, how did I know price was going lower? Well, it was based on different factors, higher time frame factors, and these new week opening gap levels, because they have the same effect as liquidity. Y'all remember my example of liquidity? Do y'all remember my example of liquidity? These new week opening gaps have that same effect on price, where price likes to pull to them. So you can see the sell-off. And do y'all think it's random how we trade down to this level? Or these new week opening gaps from 4 and 3 weeks ago? Is it random? No, it's not. All right. And then here we are. Got the new one right here. We close and we're waiting for Sunday's open. And then we got one just below the market down here. All right. So how do you study this? You pretty much want to go back in price for the past 3 to 5 weeks and start highlighting these in your charts. For y'all in the Patreon, that's y'all homework. Your homework tonight is, or this weekend, is setting up your chart for the upcoming week and then going back and finding these new week opening gaps from previous weeks. So y'all let me know y'all gonna do this in your charts. Yes, Lawrence, like a magnet. DJ Medicated, what is your link for your Discord? So the link is the link is pinned to the top of the comments. The link is pinned to the top and it's in the description of my channel. So if y'all want the link to the Discord, it's pinned to the top of the chat and it's linked to the comment section. I mean, my description. It's linked in the chat, and it's also linked in my title description and on my main page. So if y'all want to tap in with me in the Discord, y'all sign up. We're going to be live streaming price action on Monday and the entire week. And once I grow, once I get more members, we're gonna close it off to the private community. So if y'all want to be a part of that, y'all might as well tap in. And I'm gonna be giving signals. So I got something working over here, man. For y'all that are in the Patreon, some of y'all told me already, but how valuable would this be when I live stream it to y'all? For y'all that are already in the Discord and are in the mentorship signal service, how valuable would it be live streaming this to you? How beneficial would it be for you? Because y'all are already seeing results. Y'all already seeing that this shit is crazy, but how much more valuable would it be for you? 37 people in the building, man. I appreciate everybody. So shout out to y'all. Gabrielle, you said very valuable. Appreciate it, Gabrielle. For profit, super beneficial. Yes, it's going to be private, so y'all need to tap in. Shout out to you, Lawrence. Very. Gabrielle, yes, for accuracy. That's the whole point. Making this accurate. Yep, so y'all tap in with me, man. Y'all tap in with me. Appreciate y'all joining. And I also got lessons as well. So if y'all want to do the lessons, private lessons, I got pre-made video. After I get off this weekend, I'm going to be adding more. So if y'all already got access to it, like Gabrielle, some of y'all got all access, I'm going to be adding to those videos. They're not complete. All right, they're not complete. It just takes a lot to record, okay? Shout out to you, Jay Gamble. Strategic Management Institute, very, very valuable. Y'all tap in. If y'all not tapped in already, sign up to the Patreon. I'm trying to give as much valuable. And also, while you doing this, you're learning, okay? You're learning. So right now, you see how I'm giving y'all these concepts? Boom, just giving it to you. Everybody's not going to watch this live stream. This is the same shit that's in my paid lessons, okay? And I'm sitting here giving it to you for free. I'm sitting here, I got paid lessons, but I'm also giving it to you for free. So it's up to you if you're going to take what I'm giving to you and apply the information. All right. This live stream right here, I could charge for this, but I'm not. All right. I could be charging for this, but I'm giving the game to you for free. So when I'm sitting here telling y'all to look at the new week opening gaps, it's up to you if you're going to go study it or not. It's up to you if you're going to go apply it. All right. So now I'm about to take that off my chart because I said enough. All right. So that's y'all homework for y'all in the Discord. Y'all do that tonight, today, this weekend. Just have it done before Monday. All right. Appreciate y'all joining. 40 people in the live stream. I'm grateful. All right. I'm grateful. The next thing I want to do is set up my, hold on, let me go back. Oh, that's XRP, y'all. Hey, I hope y'all got them funds ready for y'all that need an XRP. Hope y'all got them funds ready. Okay, shout out to you, Joe. Are you from Africa for real? Like, are you from Africa, Joe? And if so, what time is it? And what country are you in? I'm just curious. Not out. You said you locked and loaded. Shout out to you. Yeah, some of y'all that are in the Discord, y'all got different names than y'all YouTube, so it kind of throw me off. All right, let me see right quick. Let's do the same thing for the NASDAQ. For the NASDAQ, NQ, you want to do the same thing, all right? You want to do the same thing. So this is the NASDAQ. Is it okay? I'm just trying to tell y'all how valuable this shit is, okay? Is it, look, I'm taking you to another market. I just showed you what it looks like in the ES. This is the ES, the micro ES. See the NWOGs, the new week opening gaps, and then look at the NASDAQ. Is it random or are they doing similar shit? Let me see right quick. Joe, you said you're based in Fargo, North Dakota. Okay, shout out to you, Joe. Cato, XRP, great free info. XRP is in the 283 range. Shout out to you, Cato. I might have to double back and do a live stream on crypto. So we gonna see. Matter of fact, I'm going to do that. I got other shit to do today. I might not talk, but we gonna see, man. We gonna see. After this live stream, we might have to go to the crypto market because guess what? For y'all that need to accumulate, there's an opportunity. So let me wrap up with this. And this is for my private members. If y'all want to sign up to the Patreon, y'all tap in with me. What's up, Texas Plates? Shout out to y'all. So what I was saying was, it's not random that the NASDAQ and the S&P are doing the same similar price action. All right. The S&P, it traded higher. So what I was telling y'all in the Discord, I was telling y'all like, hey, the NASDAQ, the S&P, the stock market is overextended, and chasing it higher was very risky. Okay. And that's a reason why I was saying that. Continuing to chase it higher becomes very risky. And then guess what we did on Thursday and Friday? Boop, sell off just like that, sharply. And people that was chasing price higher, trying to continue to go long. I was being a contrarian. I wanted to see scalps back down a discount because it was getting too nervous to continue to go higher and higher for the NASDAQ and the S&P. So I wanted to see short scalps. All right. I understand the trend is still bullish, higher time frame, but we was overextended because we was in price discovery for both markets. All right, price discovery. So whenever we're in price discovery, you don't know what's above. You're in open seas, you're in open waters. So it becomes very risky. And guess what the algorithm and guess what the market makers did? Just like this. Liquidated so many long traders, just like that. But us in my community, we was getting into this and we was shorting this back down to discount. He said, boss training is excellent. Appreciate it. I'm humble. I'm very humble. Shout out to my community, man. Growing. Positive people. I look at my analytics. We're a bunch of grown, mature adults. Okay. I don't have a bunch of teenagers in here. A lot of y'all are 35 to 65. And I'm a young man, you know what I'm saying? And I'm grateful for my community. A lot of more mature people. They want to learn more skills. They want to learn investing, trading. So I'm appreciated. I'm grateful. All right. So y'all subscribe to the channel if y'all brand new. So what I was pretty much saying, let's set up this for the NASDAQ as well. You want to highlight whatever market you're into. I'm gonna ask the question again. What market do y'all prefer? Do y'all prefer the NASDAQ or do you prefer the S&P? They're both powerful instruments and they're both powerful vehicles. Okay, so to me, it doesn't really matter. There is a subtle difference between both of them. So you want to highlight the closing price, even though you see all this overlapping with the new week opening gaps. You still want to reference these levels. All right, there's a lot of overlapping. That's okay. It just gives you more confluence. So you want to highlight the closing price from Friday. And then we're going to wait for the Sunday open. And then once the Sunday open, you reference that price point and that's it. It's nothing to it. And you're going to watch how price behaves in between all these levels. 22,869. Right there. Boom, just like that. And then we're going to wait for Sunday open. All right. So, and then next thing you want to do is you want to extend this out into time, just like that. I'm knocking out both markets, by the way. I'm doing both markets. I'm analyzing both markets. If you're just joining, we back test price. I gave you specific strategies for you, or if you're brand new. So if you're just joining, go back and watch the live stream. I gave you the strategy for new traders. All right. We already got somebody came in here was convinced like, oh, that's all I need. All right. So we went over a new strategy for new beginner traders. So if you're somebody brand new to futures trading or want to learn how to trade, I gave you a strategy to use to help you become profitable. All right. Now we're preparing the market. We're preparing our charts for the upcoming week. We want to prepare. I like to prepare over the weekend. I like to prepare on Saturdays. On Sundays, I like to chill. So I like to try to get it in on Saturdays. So Sundays, I like to chill. So once you save your chart and the market opens on 6:00 p.m. on Sunday, we just come to the charts and you highlight that new week opening gap. And we don't trade on Sundays. We're just waiting for Monday. And we went over the economic calendar. We forecasted the news for the week. That's going to be our tour guide. That's our guide throughout the markets. When to understand when to be in and out. All right. So we just highlighted that. I gave y'all some free resources to use. Make sure you use them. Highlight the liquidity. Let me see. Ike, you said, boss, is the price for the micro contract different on other platforms? Yes, Ike. Yes. So I give you, depending on you, the operator, depending on you, the money manager, you come up with the decision on which broker you want to use. So let's come back over here, Ike. So this is TradeStation. Another broker that I use is Trade-O-Vate. Trade-O-Vate. 1 second. I use another broker called Tradeovate. All right. And this is Tradeovate right here. And this is TradeStation. I already got that pulled up. And if we're talking about, let's say the micro ES, let me find that again. The micro right here, micro ES, they require you to have $235 just to trade. Now let's come to Tradeovate and let's come to pricing. And we're going to scroll down and we're going to do view all commission rates right here. Nah, that ain't what I want. I don't want to look at that. Let's go back right quick. Right here, view margins by market right here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to type in CME. We're going to go up here to, let me see, does it say micro indices right here? And then we're going to search. And then boom, Ike. Look at the difference, Ike. Look at the difference, Ike. So MES, to trade micro MES for the Tradeovate, all they require you to have is $50. All right. That's all they require you to have, $50. Ike, you said, I noticed I have futures enabled on Schwab, but it seems expensive. That's because it's Charles Schwab, Ike. That's Charles Schwab. That's Schwab. You know what I'm saying? You already know that's a large institution. They got to get their fees, Ike. But you need to come to a platform that just specialize. You know, they offer different things and shit. You know, different financial vehicles. I'm trying to pronounce your name. Is it let me 1 second. Let me pronounce your name. I don't want to get your name wrong. Giltar. Okay, guitar guy. My bad. Guitar guy. When trading futures, do you only need the intraday amount to trade that futures, or do you need the margin requirements? You need the intraday amount. You need the intraday amount. And then margin requirements for overnight. There's margin requirements for overnight trading, but you just need the intraday requirements. Starting with $100 is reasonable. No, you need a little bit more than 100. Well, over here, come on now. We gotta. Yes, you could start with $100, but no, like one trade can go against you, and damn, you're out of $100. You need to I tell people, give yourself some comfort. Okay, so if they require you to have $50 just to trade, just go ahead and put $1,500 in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just gives you more comfort and it keeps you from getting liquidated. All right. And then the beauty about these brokers, you can't blow your account. They will margin call you before you blow your account. So if you don't meet the margin requirement, you can't trade. So they're not going to let you just blow your account. Now you can lose a lot of money, but yes, 500 to 1,000. You said you're starting on Webull. Jay Gamble, I signed up for a TradeStation, but they only let me on level 1 because they view me as a beginner. I don't know why, because TradeStation, you could be a brand new trader. I don't know what you did, Jay Gamble. If I call, will they let me just give them a call Monday. Give them a call. Give them a call. All right, give them a call. I go over all that in the Patreon. So if y'all tapped in, you know what I'm saying? We go over that. George K, shout out to you. Hey, boss, for MES, the initial margin is 1,600. Is that correct? So I think let's go over to, let's get it correct. I like to use AI. Let's go to ChatGPT. All right, let's get it correct for y'all. All right, let's get it correct. I think I already had it pulled up. 1 second. Right here. So I always get that question. I'll use ChatGPT. Why do brokers require you to have more initial capital for overnight trading? Brokers require more initial capital for overnight trading. Market cap, Let me see. It explained it somewhere. All right. Intraday margin for short-term traders, etc. Let me see. So example in practice, intraday margin. Okay, you see 9:30 a.m. So the market's open. So if you're just trying to day trade intraday, 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Most brokers require you to have about $500,000. All right, $500 to $1,000 for intraday trading. But if you try to trade overnight, that margin requirement goes up significantly. Okay, some people don't even have that amount. So hopefully that makes sense. As long as you meet the intraday margin requirements, that's all you need to be able to trade between the hours of 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. All right, y'all done see me do trade examples of where we're not even in the market for an hour. Is Webull a good platform for futures beginner traders? So I know I don't use Webull, okay, but in my Patreon, all right, in my Patreon, I advise my community to only use, because we like to use TradingView, the platform, and I teach everybody to use TradingView because it's the best trading charting platform in the market, in the world. It's the top best, and you want to find brokers that are integrated with TradingView. So if you're brand new and you want to trade futures, go to TradingView, and you see where the sections, it says all brokers. You got stock brokers, you got crypto, you got Forex, you got futures. And what you want to do is select futures, and we're gonna scroll down. You see TradeStation, AMP. I have a broker with AMP. I got a broker with TradeOvate, and then boom, there you go. So if you ask the question, is Webull good? Which I don't use Webull, but I always say if they're integrated with TradingView, they're a good broker, or they're a good broker in my opinion. All right. So yes, Webull is integrated directly with TradingView, the platform that we use. And pretty much you sign up with them. And once you sign up with them, you can log directly into, all you need to do with them is look at your statements. All you need to do with them is fund your account, deposit, withdraw, and then you can do all your charting, all your trading directly on TradingView. We can use it from the phone, tablet, computer, whatever. I go over all this in the Discord and the Patreon. So y'all click the link, tap in with me. Hopefully that answers your question. All right. So good question, man. Good questions. These are beginner questions. That's what I like. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get y'all beginners to understand these markets. For my crypto people, there's other ways, okay? Y'all are suffering. You see what they're doing with XRP right now. George, do you have a YouTube video on how to connect TradeOvate with TradingView? TradeOvate, you can log into your broker, all right? I don't have a YouTube video on it, but I go into details. And if you want to sign up to the Patreon, I'm very helpful. We can always get you through whatever you need to get through in there. But if you're using TradeOvate, TradeOvate requires you to pay. This is the difference. TradeOvate, see the fees. Let me show you with TradeOvate. The fees with TradeOvate are significantly different. So let's just say you want to trade micro ES for TradeOvate, and they only require you to have $50 to trade it, okay? And then you compare that to TradeStation. TradeStation requires you to have $235. It's still affordable, but it's way more than TradeOvate. Now, what TradeOvate gets you is you got to pay for market data. Okay, you got to pay for live market data. You got to pay for live market data for TradeStation as well. But TradeOvate makes you pay $9 to integrate. They make you pay about $10 just to sync TradeOvate to TradeStation, and you can do that directly from inside of your terminal in TradeOvate. But they make you pay $10 per month just to have access to TradingView with their platform. TradeStation doesn't require you to have any payments. You can sign up with TradeStation. Yeah, their rates are higher, but you can automatically sign in for free using TradeStation and TradingView. What else? Let me see. Every broker is different. They all are in the game to make money. They all have their different strategies on how they're going to be profitable. They have their own fees. It's up to you, the operator, to choose what platform you want to use. The key thing is just to get started, use a platform for a while, and then, okay, once you use it for a while, you might like it, or you might want to try something different. It's up to you. All right. So every broker is different. They're just different. And I had something else I was going to say about brokers. I forgot. Maybe it crossed my mind. Would I recommend using Robinhood? I never use Robinhood. But like I said, if they're integrated, is Robinhood integrated with TradingView? I don't think they are. So I don't recommend Robinhood for futures trading, because where you got to ask yourself, you need a platform where you're going to chart at. And some of these brokers have their own trade charting platform. Now I could chart on any platform. All right. But I'm so used to Trading View, and I just love the platform so much to where I'm a paid. So, that's what I was going to say. If you're on Tradeovate and they make you pay $10 per month to access Trading View and Tradeovate, and you're already paying a subscription for Trading View, that doesn't make sense because I already got a Trading View subscription. Why do I need to pay y'all $10 just to subscribe through your broker and Trading View? So you got to make that decision. That's a business decision. Also, Robinhood, what platform are they charting on? You can chart on any platform, but Trading View is seamless, it's easy. You can connect from your phone, your tablet. You can be anywhere on Trading View. The app is the app is beautiful. Okay, the app is integrated. So if you save your charts from your computer, it's going to be on your phone. It's going to be on your tablet. It's just a beautiful platform. Okay, so it's top tier. It's the #1 platform in the world, in my honest opinion. If you watch YouTubers and live streamers, they're going to be most likely be on Trading View. All right, because it's top tier, and they integrate with all these brokers. They give you options with brokers. So I have a broker. I'm signed up with TradeStation, AMP, Tradeovate, Coinbase. All right. They got Coinbase futures for crypto. And then they got other ones, Optimus, StoneX, Iron Beam. So you might have heard of Iron Beam. Some of y'all might see those ads on YouTube. Iron Beam is a good platform. Dorman Trading. Okay. These are all regulated brokers as well. They're not illegal. They're all following federal compliance. So that's another beautiful thing. All right. We're not trading on something that ain't regulated federally. Guitar Guy, what subscription do you need to Trading View for to trade futures? For Trading View, you don't need any subscription. Trading View offers everything. Trading View offers commodities. It offers crypto. It offers stocks. It offers futures. Okay, you don't need none of that. So what I advise people that are brand new, if you got the free subscription, just go up to the next level. Okay. Every level that you go up at offers more perks. Just go up the level above free. Now I got the premium because it offers all these charting platforms, etc. So I mean, you can save multiple charts, etc. So I use the premium. But if y'all want more, I got a whole hour-long lesson on Trading View, and if y'all want to access that, y'all sign up to the Patreon. All right, y'all click the link in the description. Y'all come over here. I got different packages for different people. Whatever you want to subscribe to. You see the most popular, that's the mentorship and the signals. We're going to go live with that. And I got my lessons as well, where we go over liquidity, new week opening gaps, everything. You know what I'm saying? And I'm continuing to add to those as well. Or you can buy it in the bundle. So y'all sign up, tap in with me. Or you can get all access. We got a few people that got all access. I'm just trying to provide value, man. Just trying to provide value, and people are reaping benefits from it. They're learning, they're making money, etc. Guitar Guy, he said, "Oh, I thought Trading View was delayed without a subscription." No, it's not delayed because guess what? You can get real-time data as well. Trading View offers real-time data, but you're not in a broker. It just gives you real data. And I think real-time data on Trading View is like $7 or whatnot. $7 a month for real-time data, depending on what you're trying to look for. So Trading View got it all, man. Trading View got it all. But if you want to go trade live, you gotta sign up with a broker. Let me drink some water. Shout out to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all joining. Any more questions? All right. We already got our new week opening gap set up. We know where the liquidity is for the NASDAQ and the S&P. So let me clean this up a bit. Let me clean this up right quick. Highlight that. And what we need to do is we need to get a higher time frame bias. All right. We need to see what the higher time frames are doing. So we're going to drop out to a monthly time frame. We're going to drop out to a weekly and a daily time frame. 1 second. All this talking, man. I'm not used to talking this much. All right. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, man, if y'all brand new. I appreciate y'all, all my new subscribers. Everybody that's in here showing love, I appreciate it. Let's go out to the monthly time frame for the S&P and the NASDAQ. So that's the NASDAQ. Let's go out to the monthly on the S&P. And this is how we start our top-down analysis, all right? This is how we start a top-down analysis. So this is the monthly, this is the monthly time frame for the S&P, all right? So on the monthly time frame, y'all in the chat, what is this right here? We're going to highlight this. What is this right here that I'm highlighting on the monthly time frame? What is this that I'm highlighting? Yep. Shout out to you for profits. Shout out to you for profits. Shout out to you, Gabrielle. All right. It's a BISI, buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency, fair value gap. Shout out to you, Jay Gamble. Yes. So I'm going to highlight that. We need to reference that. So if y'all are watching and you're not applying, that's on you. You need to be applying the information. So I'm going to highlight that. That is a monthly fair value gap. All right. You give it a color, whatever color you want to give it. Monthly fair value gap. All right. And I need to calibrate it as well. I need to calibrate it. I want to get the low right here. 62275 25 622 right there. Oh, my bad. Now you want to get the high right here. That is 6063. Wait a minute. I'm messing up. 622 22725. All right, 227 right there. And then I want to get the high of this wick right here. That is 6063. Right there. And it's even. All right, then you want to label it, let's say monthly. You want to be very organized and very detailed. Very organized and very detailed. Monthly FVG / BISI, just like that. All right, that's a monthly fair value gap / BISI. All right, so that's for the ES. All right, let me say that it's for the ES. Now let's go over to the NASDAQ. Y'all should be following along. Appreciate everybody just joining. That's for the S&P. So again, which one do y'all prefer? The NASDAQ or the S&P? Y'all gonna decide which one are you gonna be a specialist in. So this is for the S&P. Now let's go look at the NASDAQ. As I come over to the NASDAQ, again, they trade very similar, two different markets. All right, don't get it confused because I know they kind of look identical. Now let's look at the NASDAQ. Y'all tell me in the comments, what is this right here in the NASDAQ? Is it random? Is this shit random? I don't think it's random at all, okay? Is it a coincidence? Does it make you say, that's not, why is both markets reflecting each other? All right, BISI, yes, BISI, buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. You're going to do the same exact thing. All right, same exact thing. Two different markets. You're going to be the one to decide, oh, I'm going to specialize in this market. All right, and then once you grow in one market, you're going to grow in two markets. And you really only need one market to be profitable or get rich. You can get rich in this market alone, okay? Yes, NQ does move quicker, all right? It does move quicker. You want to find the low of this wick right here, 22,584.75. 22 right here. 584.75. All right, and then we're gonna find the high of this wick right here, which is 085. And what I'm doing is I'm preparing for the week. We're doing a little forecasting on what we can expect for the upcoming week. Even. Appreciate y'all joining, man. Appreciate y'all joining. Holding it down, staying tuned in. Y'all press 1 if y'all are learning, man. If y'all brand new and you're learning something, press 1. If y'all feel free to leave a super chat, leave a super chat if I'm providing value to you. Monthly FVG / BISI. Shout out to you, Kato. Price is algorithmic, and there you go. All right. So, want to stay organized? Let me put this in a folder. Monthly fair value gap. Put it in the folder, and then I can always highlight it, etc. Pull it off the chart, whatever I want to do. So this is the NASDAQ, and this is the S&P. What do y'all see that's different in this? Is there any difference, or are they pretty much running step by step, doing the same thing? This is the S&P. This is the NASDAQ, okay? Guitar guy, can you go over where you should set a stop loss and take profits? We done been through that, guitar guy. We done been through that. I know you probably came in a little late, so we got to kind of move forward. You know, we only got so much time in a day, but if you want to tap in, y'all come over here, man. Y'all sign up to the Patreon. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna regret it. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get some value out of it. I go over stop loss, take profit, and then once you sign up to the signal service and the mentorship, I'm doing it live every day. Okay, I'm gonna be doing it live every day. So if you missed it, just go back and watch the live stream. But I definitely went over stop loss, take profit, etc. But inside of my lessons, yeah, you came in late. It's all good. A lot of people do that, and it's okay. But if you watch my lessons, they're inside of my lessons, okay? So if you want to get more insight on how to place your stop loss, what to look for, entry, exit, etc., they're inside of my lessons. And then we're doing it live. We're doing it live during the mentorship. So what I'm asking y'all, what's the difference? So if we look at the all-time high, the previous all-time high, which was right here, this is the NASDAQ. We went up. We liquidated the previous all-time high, and we keep getting higher and higher in price. We keep going higher and higher in price. Price for both markets is in price discovery, okay? So here we are over here. Break the all-time high again. Price discovery. Right there. So both markets go up, take out buy-side liquidity above the market. And then now, like I told y'all in the Discord, we are in extreme levels. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we kind of got that retracement. So going into next week, all right, now from the monthly, we got a higher time frame objective. This is the S&P. Now let's go down to the weekly. We just began the new month of trading. We just walked into August, all right? Go down to the weekly. There will be 4 weeks. So we're going to have 4 weekly candles inside of the month of August. Next week begins the first official week of August. And we got to figure out where we're going to open up. Remember the new week opening gap? We got to figure out where we're going to open up in price. All right. This is the S&P. So I'm anticipating us to open up. We don't know where we're going to open up, but what's your bias going into next week before this candle even prints? Once this candle prints on Sunday, we have more information, but y'all in the chat, what's your directional bias? Do you see it coming down, taking out the previous week's low? Or do you see it coming up and continuing to go higher? What's your bias? That's for the S&P. Now let's go look at the NASDAQ. Weekly time frame, same thing in the NASDAQ. Do we open up to go down lower, or do we open up to come up higher? Y'all tell me in the chat, what's your weekly bias? What's your weekly bias in the chat? Rangman, previous week's low. Okay. Shout out to you. Okay. Got a lot of people coming down, taking out previous week's lows. Okay. Also, what else? If we come down and take out the lows, what else could we potentially be reaching for? If we open up, we don't know where we're going to open up yet because we got to wait on Sunday. But once we open up, where else can we potentially reach down for? George K, fill in the fair value gap on the month of August. NWOG, monthly BISI. Okay. Where's the NWOG at? Let's see what the new week opening gaps are. Pull them up. So there go the new week opening gaps. Again, we're on a higher time frame, so they look very minuscule. So again, you remember we close right here. There goes the opening. That's the closing price right here. This trend right there, that trend line right there, that's the closing price from Friday. We don't know where we're going to open up on Sunday. And then we got an NWOG below the market. And is it random that the NWOG is resting right at these levels right here? All right. I don't think it's random, but it's definitely resting at these levels right here. And we got that monthly higher time frame. Remember, the higher time frame has more pull on price. This is for the S&P. Now let's go look at the NASDAQ. Let's go over to the NASDAQ. Let's pull up the new week opening gaps on lower time frames. And there you go right there. We got an end wall right there. See, it's slightly different. You see the slight difference in price. In the S&P, the end wall was inside of the monthly fair value gap. But for the the NASDAQ, it's right there. But the larger pool is the monthly fair value gap. All right, so are y'all bearish or bullish for the upcoming week? That's your bias. And if you have that bias, you should only be looking for trade setups going in what direction? The higher time frame direction. All right. So you can remove the whole, unless price reverses and you're skilled enough to get in sync with that. If you're brand new and you're only looking for 10-point trades, should you only be looking for the 10-point trades going up, or should you only be looking for the 10-point trades going down based on your higher time frame bias? Y'all let me know in the chat. Bearish, down, sibbies. We're using directional bias. We're sticking to the higher time frame narrative. And once we go in the market intraday on lower time frames and we're looking for our 10-point trades, should you look for those 10-point trades going up, or should you look for those 10-point trades going down? George K, sell short the rallies. Yes. So if we know that based on the higher time frame, after we took out liquidity above this high, we're pending orders. Smart money, what does smart money do? They accumulated down at these lows, these levels in here, and they roll profits all the way up to an objective. And that objective was this high right here. And guess what? They took profits, and now we're starting to see price retrace back down into the range, and we got a monthly fair value gap. And also, if you want more confluence, this is the NASDAQ. All right, this is the NASDAQ. The higher time frame has more draw on liquidity. But on the weekly time frame right here, y'all tell me in the chat, what is this candle right here on the weekly? We can reference that as well. We want to highlight that as well. What is that? What is that on the weekly? What is this right here on the weekly, which I already have highlighted in my charts? All right. But remember, the pink highlighted area is the monthly. The gray highlighted area is the weekly. But you can see the combination in the confluence. Yep, y'all are right. Buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. Buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. 1 second. Appreciate all my new subscribers, man. Appreciate y'all. So yes, going into the week, okay, we don't know where we're going to open up on Sunday, but you have to, as a trader, okay, as somebody, a trader, a speculator, you're not always going to be 100% right or wrong, but you need to be, you know what I'm saying? You need to be able to adjust on the fly, and you need to be like more right than wrong. Okay. That's all that matters. If you're right more than times than none, you're going to be profitable. You don't need 100% accuracy strike rate. I'm okay with getting it wrong and being confident in adjusting my analysis and getting in sync with price. I can do that publicly. I'm not going to be 100% right, but y'all in the Discord, y'all in the Patreon, y'all are seeing like 90, 85, 90% accuracy in my analysis. Okay. And we're going to be doing that live coming up in the upcoming week. So y'all tap in, sign up. But I'm already forecasting, and this is what I like to do over the weekend. I'm projecting that we open up and come down lower, okay? Because I want to see us pull to the monthly fair value gap and also drop down into this weekly fair value gap. So I'm going to be looking for shorts to take out. You see these lows? I want to see these lows liquidated. So let's pull up the liquidity. Remember previous week's highs and lows. See that? Remember I was on the hourly time frame? Guitar guy, let me know if I'm wrong or not, but I recently discovered the 9 EMA. If it's trading below the 9 EMA, you stay short. And if it's trading, guitar guy, what I'm showing you is way more. So you're utilizing indicators over here on my channel. We're utilizing real-time price. Okay. We're ahead of all indicators. If you don't notice, indicators are delayed instruments. So you're pretty much waiting for an indicator to tell you something. That's why it's called an indicator. You're waiting for it to indicate to you to make a move. Over here on my channel, over here, what I'm teaching is right now. Make the move right now. You need to make a decision now. Okay. An indicator is delayed. So you might miss the move or you might be late to the move based on the indicator. It's not going to give you real time price action. So I'm a price action, a price technician. Okay. I specialize in real time price action. As you can see, I don't have any indicators on my chart, no indicators at all. I'm using pure price action. All right. The markets are algorithmic. They repeat over and over. So no indicators needed at all. No indicators needed at all. So a whole different ball game. All right. A whole different ball game. So I didn't do this for NQ right quick. Let me drop down to the hourly time frame. I think I did, but I didn't. Let me see. Weekly, daily. Yeah, we took out previous week's lows, so I can remove that from my charts. We liquidated those lows already. We didn't drop down and liquidate that low. So yes, there's liquidity because price always seeks liquidity. There's a lot of liquidity resting below the market. All right. So we got equal lows below price. So market makers definitely have a lot of liquidity below the market. All right. So they're going to want to open up, and I'm going to be bearish for the week to see if we can trade down inside of this monthly in that weekly fair value gap below price. All right. So my bias, you need to ask yourself every week, what's my bias going into the week? It's very simple. Are we going higher or are we going lower? Based on the higher time frame order flow. And then once you come to the conclusion on what direction you want to see price go into, then you start to decide like, okay, I only want to look for trade setups going in the direction. We probably can open up on Sunday and see some volatility based on how price closed right here from my perspective. We probably can open up on Sunday and see price start to sell off. We're going to see though. We got to wait for the opening because we don't know what the price is going to do on Sunday. That's something that we don't know. All right. So let's go back out to the weekly. So yeah, what I want to see us do is trade down into the discount. This is a discount area on the monthly time frame. Let's go back out to the monthly. That's a discount. It's a retracement down the discount. So we can drop down. I'm bearish for the week. Also, we can drop down into this real quickly and then start to go higher. So, or we can drop down and trade through it. If we trade through it, we're going to look for the opening price of this candle right here. All right. So what's the opening price of this candle right here? Y'all tell me in the chat. What is this right here? What kind of candle? What kind of PD array is this? PD array stands for premium and discount array. So what you want to do is you want to frame up both sides of the market. You want to frame up both sides of the market. You want to understand what's above the market. You want to understand what's below the market. You want to understand the premium and discount on both sides of the market. So y'all need to frame that up. And once the market opens, you want to be able to get in sync with that. George, yes, it's an order block. Shout out to you, George. The opening price of that candle is an order block. Also inside of the order block, and this might not happen all this month, okay? This is what I think. The market is still bullish. I think the stock market is still bullish. I think S&P and NASDAQ it still wants to go higher, but they're going to offer discounts. So what it's doing right now is retracing based on the monthly time frame after taking out the all-time high. So we're retracing, and I want to see it drop down to offer a discount. But in the process of it dropping down, we can look for shorting opportunities down to the fair value gap. And then once we get there, we sit and wait to see if we use it as support to continue to go higher, okay? But the opportunity for me next week would be trading down until this right here. So we're going to be getting inside of price, and we're going to be looking for opportunities to come down to discount, shorting. And then once we get down to discount, we're going to wait and look for the next opportunities to go long, or do we want to trade even deeper? And if we do, we can trade down into this order block. And you got to add this. What is this candle right here? Y'all tell me in the chat. What is this large area in price? You got to add the volume imbalance as well. What is this right here? It's inside of the order block, all right? It's inside of the order block, and there's a low right there where liquidity is as well. So got a lot going on. Yes. So this is more projecting out because we're not going to probably see all that in 1 month. It can happen, but You know what I'm saying? We probably won't see that all in 1 month. For now, I'm not worried about this until we start seeing indications that we want to trade through this fair value gap right here. So I'm giving you both scenarios as far as forecasting and market. All right, this is all higher time frame analysis. So I'm giving you both sides of the spectrum. All right, so going into next week, y'all remember this. Y'all in the Patreon, y'all in the Discord. I am bearish on the week. I want to see how we open up. Now, once we open up, we can do some fluctuation in here. We can like rally a little bit on Sunday and Monday because we don't have no news on Monday. But once we kick in on Tuesday of next week, we have a liquidity injection from the algorithm or the institutions. They're going to come in there at 9 o'clock a.m. The market opens at 9:30, and we can start seeing some liquidity being injected into the market. All right. So that might Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday going into next week might be the best trading days in the week. So if you're a professional or if you like to trade, you can sit here and choose the days you want to trade. You could just say, hey, I'm going to trade on Tuesday and Thursday for this week and be done. Now let's forecast 2 weeks from now or next week or the week after next week. And on this week, we have way more action, okay? We have way more volatility. We have way more action in the market. So let's look out for this right here. Definitely more liquidity being injected in the market. All right. So this applies. My directional bias going into next week applies to the NASDAQ and the S&P. As you can see, they're both similar. They both had those monthly fair value gaps resting below the market. Let's come back to the S&P. All right. So even in the S&P, we got a new week opening gap right there. You can use that, or you can still use this BISI right here. Buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency on the weekly. But the higher time frame draw is that monthly fair value gap right there. I want to see us open up, and then early in the week, we're going to look for shorts in the market to trade down into this. All right. We're going to look for shorts to trade down into this. And then we're going to see how deeply it wants to trade into this. And then we're going to wait to see if it wants to use it as support and continue higher, or do we want to trade through it? All right. If we want to trade through it, we're going to trade down to this order block. Come on now. Different market, similar shit. Order block right here. That's a monthly order block for the S&P. And then y'all in the chat, if we want to trade any deeper, for whatever reason, the stock market wants to start going sharply lower because it is overextended. What is this right here? What is this? What is that right there that I'm highlighting? And this is more long-term projected out. It doesn't matter with me where it wants to go because, again, the stock market is overextended. It's creating all-time highs each and every other week. So every month it's creating a new all-time high. So got to be cautious with that. And yes, y'all are correct. It's a BISI, buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. We might not get all that this month, okay? We might not drop down here this month. But short term, from the monthly down to the weekly, I want to see how we open up the new weekly candle. There's 5 trading days in the week. And I believe we got some work to do to come down into this monthly fair value gap, all right? So early in the week, we're going to be looking for opportunities. All right, so again, let's see what XRP is doing. See what XRP is doing. Oh, boom. Y'all think that's random? I might go live here in a minute for XR crypto. Y'all stay tapped in. But do y'all think that's random right there? Now, we ain't touched it yet. We ain't touched it yet. So it's getting down there. It's getting close. All right. So I might double back and do a live stream for crypto. But hopefully this was valuable to y'all, man. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. And I'm trying to fill 50 spots for my Patreon, all right? I'm trying to get in here. I need some subscribers to grow my community. I got different things for different people. It's serious. It's all business in there. You know what I'm saying? We handling business. It's engaging. It's exciting. There's a lot of people in there. I got stuff for people that just want to learn slowly with the lessons. And then I got live action, mentorship type level signals. That's where you can see it's the most popular, okay? So y'all sign up for that. The link is pinned to the comment section and in the description. I appreciate all the new people, man. I'm grateful to have y'all join my channel. So y'all can tap in with me. Appreciate y'all joining. Y'all have a good Saturday. If y'all are going to go out, enjoy your Saturday. Y'all enjoy y'all weekend. Tomorrow, I'm definitely going live. We're going to mainly talk about crypto. I might start incorporating other markets as well, but we're heavy in both markets, okay? So y'all tap in with me. Yeah, I might do the live stream. I'm not going to be up here talking, but I'm going to do the live stream for the crypto market as well. So Y'all tap in with me. Appreciate it, George K. Shout out to you, Rangman. So y'all in the Patreon, in the Discord, I gave y'all homework. Okay, this was a coaching session. This is the type of shit y'all got to do. If y'all want to learn this skill set, y'all got to show up when y'all don't want to show up. You know what I'm saying? So appreciate everybody joining. Trust me, I'm very humble, man. I'm very humble. And let's continue to grow this channel. Let's continue to grow my community. All right. So I'll catch y'all on the next one. For y'all in the Discord or y'all in the Patreon, I'm always available. If y'all got questions, y'all hit me up. All right. So y'all enjoy y'all weekend. Peace out.